morning when the radio station will be opening. For some people, they've never to, and we're here on VOP 90.3 FM in Lagos. And this is the belt where we'll talk about things happening around, talk about the big stories, and also bring you some spillover session where I'll take some of the messages we couldn't take in the morning during the paper's review. Guess what? People spent money and their time to send those messages, and I think it's only fair we get to take them. And today on the program, we'll be having our guest join us. It will be remotely because he's right now in Abuja. He started something and we will be continuing from where we stopped the last time he was with us. Well, we talked about how you can finance your business, get finances for your business, the various alternatives. And my guest for today is Dr. Babatunde Olariwaju. He's a business growth consultant and is an asset management consultant. So he has over 18 years of broad experience spanning across different sections such as hospitality, retail, renewable energy, oil and gas, human capital, and so on. And he's the managing partner. Who could do this better than him to show us how we could grow our business financially and otherwise? But that'll be in another 10 or so minutes. So we'll let you know when he comes on, and you'll be hearing him as he joins us virtually till this point. They were reacting to major front page stories we had. And in case you missed out on that, you can go back on YouTube to stream it at VOP 903 FM. That is the handle on YouTube. Stream, like, and share. All right, I'll continue with yours, and you sent your message in this morning. Frank Imoebe, Frank from Alimosho, you're saying very soon the government of President Tinubu will be 1 year by May 29. Since taking off is a government of complete misplaced priority with so many promises and nothing is substantially working out for the interest of the people. This is the obvious truth that is glaring. It's not all about hatred. Imoebe, Frank from Alimosho, send that in. And you're here too. Good morning, Jude from Ajawa Estate. Let all politicians be placed on minimum wage. The U.S. that is talking now, didn't they send their delegates to come and witness the 2023 election? The U.S. is seeking tough decisions. There is high cost of living, electricity grid collapse, insecurity persists, and so on. The world can never take us serious as such investments from foreign countries will be far from Nigeria for now. It's true, as if you understand the... Oh, you're talking about the Akwa Ibom proverb that was said in the morning, Abi? And you're laughing that, well, it's true. Every proverb said yes, true. I also have yours here too. Good morning to you, Port Harcourt boy from Iba. You said, I'm just tired of this country. Don't be tired, my darling. We'll make it. We're complaining of being treated badly from these foreign companies, and our president is busy begging them to come over and punish us more. My question now is, what do we expect from them when they get down here? Imagine DSTV increasing their price tariffs three consecutive times in 2 years. Or you imagine a foreign dropout coming to our country to use escort, and our first class are jobless. I feel for this our fatherland. Oh, we'll get there. All right. And Dayo from Fagba, you say the Bible says the sinners runneth when no man pursueth, but the righteous is as bold as a lion. If Yahaya Bello doesn't have skeletons in his cupboard, why is he running from EFCC? I believe he's copying his role model in Abuja, running from debates, interviews, also delegated questions given to him. I don't know, now you know how you started with your cash and carry talk and all that. Okay, but you've made it clear. And you're praying that we don't have to bear this nightmare for the next 3 years and a month. Okay, some things you've written them. If I take them, maybe in a one plate of rice with that for a while. I better go. I have yours, Peter from Germany. You said, according to political literature, civil governance is often portrayed as superior to military rule. However, in the Nigerian context, this slogan is far from accurate. There is a pressing need to scrutinize a significant number of public officials in Nigeria. Many of these individuals exhibit total dishonesty and possess fraudulent educational qualifications. leading to a multitude of deceptions and falsehood. I think we should be scrutinizing the people because the system of government in itself is decent, is good. The practitioners may just be the problem, and the environment where they are practicing may be the bigger problem too. Don't you think so? Why Nigeria is so corrupt? Everywhere is problem. Question. Good morning. Celestine from Agor Palace Way, Okota. All right, and I think this will be the last for this spillover. From Ogochukwu, aka Elder General from Isheri Oshun. You're asking, when will EFCC arrest former Governor Okezie? Yeah, so I don't know. You just want them to probe him and his courts. Please tell Governor Hopu Zodima to remember my village, Ohaji, Egbema, because of bad roads and lack of electricity. All right, I've kept my promise and I've taken all the messages that spilled over. I'll be getting set now to join my guest for today. We'll be looking at business and how we can have financial decisions made properly, so we could get people to support our businesses financially, and some of the best options. He had shared some with us last week. We're hoping that we'll continue from where he stopped the last time. But before he comes in, let's look at this report from the US. Okay, you know what? Let's take a quick breather. Let's sort out something here. You're listening to VOP 90.3.
Worried about getting competent hands to fix your vehicles? Worry no more, because Ultimate Auto Center has got you covered. Get an ultimate care for your cars. At Ultimate Auto Center, they specialize in taking care of your vehicles to ensure safety. Take your faulty vehicles to Ultimate Auto Center at Ikeja for car alignment and balancing, spray booth, car wash, servicing, electrical and sales. Ultimate Auto Center is now close to you. Kilometer 19, Lagos Abeokuta Expressway, opposite the new pedestrian bridge, just beside Ajayi Farm, Ikeja, Lagos. Or call us on 0805 521 0629 or 0808 316 5658. You can also send an email to admin@ultimateauto.com. Visit the website www.ultimateauto.com. Ultimate Auto Center, the ultimate for reliable and trusted hands in auto.
24/7 around the world, non-stop. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.
All right, you've heard it. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM in Lagos. We were looking at this thing in the morning, and a lot of people wondered where that report actually got its conclusion from. The LP, the PDP, they're all complaining about this report and wondering how the conclusion came to be that the elections reflected, the outcome of the 2023 elections showed the will of Nigerians. It reflected the will of Nigerians. And now in that particular report, they went on to, give a breakdown of some of the anomalies that happened during the elections. They talked about campaigning at polling booths or stations, people not allowed to vote, polling stations being scattered and all that. In fact, all those things and heard about, they listed all of them there. But they said that, okay, observers did say that, okay, it showed the will of the people and so it is okay. Is that what they're saying? Now, the biggest question one would ask is, if something was so marred by all these irregularities that you listed them out in your own report, would that not dent the final conclusion of what you're coming out with Look, I'm neither here nor there. I'm just asking for a situation where you're giving a report about another country. Should you just base it on what you think is speculative finding? But you had your own observers there. You say now that those your observers who were also complaining are the ones who came to give you this final result? Well, I don't know. You would have read it. I don't know what you think about the final result. I mean, that report that came in from the US. What you think about that report, you could also share with us and let me know too. Good morning and happy Friday. You say the government is right now using us to play kalu kalu. You feel they don't value the citizens. Imagine PZ are planning to relocate out of Nigeria. No hope for the common man. I'm fed up. Samuel Watson from Shogunle. Samuel, don't be fed up. Don't give up. Because I always believe this, that when there is life, there is hope. A new morning gives a nation, a people, the opportunity for a better day. And it's up to us to take up that better day, whether we want it or not. So it's up to us to really decide how we want our country to go. Will we allow money politics to continue? The next elections that will come, will we still stay this way? So I'd encourage you again, Samuel Watson, do not give up. Just keep your hope alive, keep faith alive, believing that definitely this country is going to get a turn for good, and we will definitely not remain where we are right now. We have our guest joining us, all looking nice and smart. I like his suit. Can you hear me? Hello. Good morning.
I can hear you. Good morning.
Good morning. It's a pleasure having you today on the program. You know, I told you earlier. Good. I told you a bit about him already, but I'll just continue from where I stopped. That he is a certified management specialist from the London Graduate School. As a management and business growth consultant, he has his professional stints in business growth consulting, business process management, business process outsourcing, strategy consulting, business process optimization, marketing research. A lot of things you have there. A lot of things going. Tunde, did you hear me?
Thank you.
You have a lot of
Yes, I can hear you.
And he's the founder and CEO of BGI Consulting Limited in Lagos. He obtained his doctorate degree in business administration from the London Bridge Business School in the UK. And he's quite passionate about entrepreneurial growth and development. And this has spurred him on to the height for SMEs known as Ace Business School of Entrepreneurs. He established that, and he is ever ready to share knowledge with people. That is why he is here with us today, and I'd like you to join me in welcoming Dr. Babatunde Olarwaju to the program today. You're welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, voice of people.
And how is Abuja treating us today?
Abuja is fine, calm, and cool. Thank you.
Great. Now, let's have a quick recap of the last time you were here. You told us a couple of things and how people can put themselves together business-wise. Could you do a quick recap?
Yes, we had a robust discussions, and we looked at the possible sources of finances to SMEs. And we did say that personal savings is one of the ways of raising funds. We talked about funds from family and friends. We talked about disposal of one's property or assets. We talked about venture capital. We talked about business angels, investor. I guess then we also talked about what are the things, if you say you are looking for funds, what are the things that you need to put in place as a business owner or entrepreneur. You know, you don't just go, you don't just, keep going to places in search of funds, looking for someone to, give you funds to start or to expand your businesses without having the right documents in place. And that led us to the discussion on feasibility reports, business plan, and all that. Then we delve into what is the need for having a business vision, mission, objectives, and all that. I guess that was where we stopped. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for the general overview just now. That was a complete package you gave to us. So from that point, we are moving to the next thing on the list. So I'll permit you to please go ahead with that because you know the tree and you know all the roots. Carry on.
Okay. Thank you for having me again. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Voice of People. On the topic, business financing sources, another one that I would also like to talk about is these microfinance banks. They are also stakeholders when it comes to financing SMEs, that is small or nano or micro businesses, as being categorized by SMEDAN. Okay, the MFBs, we have quite a number of them out there that are willing to give lending hands to people who are in businesses that are looking for capital. And there are some other government agencies who are also helpful in the area of supporting SMEs. Maybe it could be provision of technical advices or provision of funds. And one of such is SMEDAN. I've come to realize that so many business owners, they do not really know that there is a government agency known as SMEDAN, and they don't know the impact or the benefits of registering with SMEDAN. Now, SMEDAN, SMEDAN, is an acronym that stands for Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency. It's one of the government agencies that was registered, that was incorporated, that was created by SMEDAN Act of 2003. So one of the visions of SMEDAN is to help the economic growth and development by supporting SMEs. So yes, small businesses. So if you are a small business owner and you get yourself registered with SMEDAN, there are quite lots of benefits that will accrue to you. And one of such is you have access to get loans for your business expansions.
Doctor, just hold on a while. For you to have access, you must register. And I don't know if you can give us a little idea of what the registration process could be like. Sometimes for some organizations, when they tell you to register, they may ask for even your dead father. Maybe your father is alive. They could even ask me for my dead father's certificate, indirectly saying here that they make it so difficult. It's made and that difficult.
No, it is not. It is not difficult. Really, why government created SMEDAN was to help business owners in expansion, in running their businesses. So the registration with SMEDAN is so easy. All you need to do is you can log into their website, and the requirements are just simple as things that you should know, like your certificate or your business registration with Corporate Affairs Commission. There's some few details about you as the owner of the business. So that's all you need to do, and they will give you a certificate.
Hold on, please. If you say registration of business, must it be limited liability or company name? Which of the two?
Now, it all depends. It could be either business name or limited liability company, but you have to be registered with Corporate Affairs Commission.
Okay.
CAC.
Okay. I get it. So with that registration, you have all the necessary papers from the CAC and so on. And that is what on one hand. The other hand, do you need things like a business plan, guarantors, and so on for SMEDAN?
For SMEDAN, you do not need guarantor, but they will want to see the existing structure you have in place. They want to see, what are your feasibility studies like, and they want to see what are the protocols you are standing on, what are the visions like. Okay, what is this, the structure in terms of maybe physical structure or human structure? Do you have enabling structures to run the business? And they are not only giving you funds, they are also giving you the professional expertise. They are training you. They are giving you all the the needed helps to make you succeed in your business endeavor.
Okay, that means that the business should have started at least, because I remember the other time we had some people from an SME a financing bank here with us. Somebody had asked if they could help a person who lost the business at first and would want to start again, if they would give a loan to such a person. And they said, no, you must have done something. You must have a business on the ground for us to see, for us to now support. Is that same thing with Smedan? You must be doing something with that business first, not just an idea on paper?
Yes, you must be doing something. Something, that is, feasible, something that one can see, something viable. You have something on ground that you are doing, then you are now seeking for an external help to come, help you boost what you are doing.
I know you talked about this the last time we were here, but at this point, I think we should visit it again. The part of us having to start a business and no money. Now the bank won't give you. You can register with a place like Smedan. What did you suggest the last time that somebody like that could do to first raise the capital to start?
Well, thank you. The surest means of raising capital for a startup, like we discussed the last time, the surest is, personal savings. Or if you are able to pull funds from family and friends, or you have work property or assets you want to dispose, then you convert the sales proceed into the business. That's the surest that is interest-free, risk-free, and, it comes that easy. Every other source, you have to present some form of documentations, go through some of documentations or the other before you can get the necessary funds.
I have a little challenge here because the way we are right now, even the president agrees that it's been a very stormy time for the country and for the people. We know that there are people who do not even have family members they can borrow anything from right now, who can even help them. They don't even have anything they can sell. Savings practically disappeared. How can such a person now seek help? Is there a format of business they can go into? They don't even need money to start. Do such businesses even exist?
Well, there are businesses you can actually start with little or no capital. Such businesses do exist. There are businesses that you can start with little or no capital. It all depends on your area of interest, the kind of business you want to do, that determines the amount of capital you'll be needing. I mean, outside that, there are some, low or low-key businesses you can start with, low capital as little as probably 100,000 or 200,000 or 300,000.
Wait, you say 100,000 low capital?
Yes, it is low capital.
Okay, I see.
Look at that. Even by Smedan classification of enterprises, nano, that category of business falls into nano category. That is where you have maybe less than 3 million naira capital base or turnover.
So you made mention of the fact that there are some business one could start with zero or no little or no capital. I will quickly look at this before I take the business and financial report. Then we'll come back. Could you give a little example, if you know any like that somebody could tap into right now?
Okay, businesses could be in two forms. Is either a service based or sales. Or buying and selling, I need to say. So it now depends on what you actually want to do. There are service rendering or service related businesses, such as maybe you want to go into the business of what's it called now? Laundry business. You want to go into laundry. You want to go into
House cleaning,
housekeeping, house cleaning. You want to go into what's it called now?
Even hair making.
Sorry?
Hair making, to make hair and all that.
Yes. These are businesses you can go into that, there are people, these are businesses that have ready-made buyers. There are people who are, by virtue of their work, they are so engrossed with their work, they do not have time to do laundry, they do not have time to run errands, to attend to, domestic things, and they needed extra helps. So these are the businesses you could do. There are individuals that are into cleaning. They go to private homes on weekends to go help tidy up the homes, do some laundry work, do some other things, run errands, go to markets, And at the end of the day, you get paid for all this.
And
There
even
are people
cooking.
who
Even cooking.
yes, even cooking. I know 1 or 2 persons that is what she does. She does her cooking at home. Then her clients are banks. After she must have finished cooking, then she packaged the food. She has a system of delivery that she starts sending those prepared meals to the banks. And before you know it, she grew bigger. Today she's having a truck of her own. She's having an office of her own and all that. So that is why I said many a times the first thing that is needed in business is not capital per se. You have to get an idea of what you really want to do. Have you discovered that thing you want to do? So that is the most pressing thing, not capital. There are so many people that have this capital, but they don't know, they do not have the idea of the use into which they can put the money.
All right.
So it's not capital per se. It's the idea. What idea do you have that you want to be the business you want to go into?
Okay, Doc, let's take a little pause here. Let's break a while. We need to take the business and financial report with Ijeoma Innocent, and then we'll continue from this point where we are right now. So please just hold on a little while. Thank you very much, Dr. Tunde Olariwaju. You've been giving us great insights so far. We'll continue right after this. Please don't go.
Thank you.
This is the business update on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I'm Ijeoma Innocent. The business update begins with queues for premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, growing worse in Abuja and neighboring Nasarawa and Niger State yesterday, as the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) blamed the development on logistic issues, but was quick to state that it had been resolved. Petrol remained scarce on Thursday in the Federal Capital Territory and some states in the north, forcing many filling stations to close shop, while the few ones that dispensed the commodity were greeted with heavy queues. The cost of the product was increased to an average of 700 naira per litre at stations run by independent marketers, though the very limited number of NNPC retail outlets that dispense the commodity maintained the 617 naira per litre price approved by the oil firm. Oil marketers told journalists that the supply of PMS to Abuja through the Suleja depot in Niger State had remained poor, stressing that few trucks were no more coming to Suleja depot and other depots in the north as before. Reacting to the development, the Chief Corporate Communications Officer of the NNPC, Olufemi Shone, said the scarcity was due to issues around logistics without giving further details. He, however, stated that the issue had been resolved and urged motorists not to be involved in panic buying, as the National Oil Company and sole importer of petrol had enough products to go around. Meanwhile, the International Monetary Fund (IMF) has called on Nigeria and other sub-Saharan African countries to increase investment in their young citizens' education to boost economic growth. In a piece on its website on Thursday, the IMF said demographic transition may be the biggest single opportunity for the economies of sub-Saharan Africa, but countries would only be able to enjoy the dividend if they made sufficient investment in education. The region's population is poised to double to 2 billion by 2050, according to the United Nations. The fund said that while sub-Saharan Africa had made notable progress in expanding access to schools in recent decades, its outcomes still trailed those in other emerging markets and developing economies. The IMF revealed that nearly 3 in 10 school-age children do not attend school, with the completion rate for primary school students being around 65% compared with the world average of 87%. According to the fund, greater spending to improve access is important, but equally important is the effort to ensure that funds are efficiently utilized. In the meantime, telecommunication companies in Nigeria are renewing their push for an increase in prices of calls, data and other services after multiple failed attempts in the last 11 years. In a communique signed by the Association of Licensed Telecom Operators of Nigeria, ALTON, and the Association of Telecom Companies of Nigeria, ATCON, on Thursday, the telcos argued that the current prices are insufficient to maintain their business operations. The telecom providers are advocating for cost-reflective tariffs tariffs, claiming that adverse economic headwinds are threatening their financial viability. The operator stated that its general service pricing framework has not been reviewed upward in the last 11 years due to regulatory constraint. The push for higher prices coincide with MTN Nigeria reporting a loss due to foreign exchange losses last year, and Airtel experiencing declining profits amid an economic downturn in the country. Telcos have intensified calls for a price review since 2022, when Alton wrote to the Nigerian Communications Commission for regulatory approval to raise tariffs by 40% due to surging diesel prices and the economic headwinds. Finally, the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, has dismissed the likelihood of state governors collaborating with the federal government to implement a new minimum wage for Nigerian workers in May this year. Following a National Executive Council meeting, TUC President Comrade Festus Osifo expressed dissatisfaction with the lack of progress in negotiations on the new minimum wage with the federal government. Osifo highlighted the failure of some states in the Niger Delta region, which received substantial allocations from the Federation account to fulfill their obligations of paying the wage awards or providing palliatives to their workers. Specifically, he called out Delta, Imo, and Benue State as the primary offenders. He therefore urged the federal government to do everything possible to make Nigerian workers happier. And that's the business update and Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I am Ijeoma Innocent. Good morning and thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Ijeoma Innocent, for taking us through that. Chai, they call my Delta as a culprit in this matter. On behalf of Delta, I'm sorry. We don't used to do like that. So. All right, you're still listening to VOP 90.3 FM. And we're continuing our chat with our doctor for today. And we're talking business. He's walked us through a couple of things that even me, I'm gingered. And I hope he's gingering you. All right, we'll continue with him in AG3 FM in Lagos. You're listening to Voice of the People. And because we are for the people, we'll bring you every and anything that would make the people, their lives, a lot better. And today we have somebody who could do magic for us business-wise, Dr. Tunde Olaiwaju, a well-trained man when it comes to business, one who's quite vested in the area of helping people grow their businesses. And is with us. We've talked about Smedan already, how it can help you and what you should do to make it work. And I have somebody who has a question there. Could you put on your mic and read it? Because it's a bit far from me right now. All right, is Doc active with us now? Hey, Doc, we're on part 2. All right, he's going to read a question. Is a question for him? Okay.
Yes, this one is saying, Auntie Cordelia, good morning.
Morning.
Until Nigerians understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu
Is that? It's not for me now.
This is not for us. It's not for business.
I thought you would read it before telling me. All right. Maybe it will affect their business positively too. You never can tell because it at home will stop probably. All right. Let's carry on, Doc. Let's carry on from the point where you stopped. We were looking at some of those small things people could start doing without needing capital, which is a major problem right now. Money is a problem. We talked about food. We talked about cleaning and this. You have others on your list you could share before we move on to the next?
Yes. Like I said, the businesses that people can venture into are grouped into two. Services related or trading, that is buying and selling. Then under the service related, I mentioned like tailoring, baby care, caregiving, laundry, cleaning, ear making, digital marketing or content creation, web design or app development. People are also doing drop shipping. Okay.
Sorry,
so
Doc, hold on, Doc. Let me take you back a little. I wanted to stop you at that point to help break this down. You see, that content creation thing you talked about, right? Some people are waiting to have the full kit, gadgets, before they start creating content. Is it necessary like that? Can you start with that small Android you have in your hand? Because I was talking one time to a friend, her nephew or so, and the guy was complaining that they wanted to be doing some things online, but their phone, they needed an iPhone because iPhone, and no money. I see you, the joke. Even me, I don't have iPhone. You are waiting for an iPhone to start creating content when you are looking for money to eat, but you have an Android you could work with. Is that a good way to, consider this kind of work that anybody could start now? You need all the
A little mixed up in the network, but I can repeat what you are saying.
Okay, you got it.
Yes. Okay. If you
It's beginning
content creation, you do not really need an iPhone. You do not really need an iPhone for you to go into digital marketing or content creation. And an Android phone suffices, because before now, if you want to do a content creation, you need to have a system, a laptop, or a PC where you have to download maybe all these graphics, graphics designing application. But technology has gone way with your phone now. With your phone, we have some other design applications that are not heavy as CorelDRAW that you can download on your phone. So with just from your phone, you can do a lot of content creation and all that. So you do not really need an iPhone before you can do all this.
Yeah, Doc, I was just talking with Shegun here because he mentioned something. I had to mute to ask him what he was saying. He said, camera quality, iPhone, that thing about the phone has to be big with. And I'm like, Adobe Rush, for instance, has some things you could put on your phone. And you lift that that recording you've done with that, your Android, put it on the Adobe Rush, and it will help you make it look a lot better than what you filmed initially. These are apps you just download. So if you're listening and you're thinking, no, I have to have a big phone, I have to have this, I have to have that before I start, that will be wahala shows, because you may never get there. I'm even speaking from my personal experience, waiting for everything to be right before you start. That was how I waited. See, the whole thing has exploded. So don't wait. The best time to do it is now. Just do it.
Now.
Doc, carry on.
Okay, so one does not iPhone. You don't really need to, and you don't really need an iPhone.
The network is not behaving very well right now. Okay.
I needed to put in word and see what I could do.
Doc? You know what, Doc? Maybe you could log out and log in again. Log out and log in again. Because the network is breaking. Just log out and log in again and check your connection. We'll continue in like 2-3 minutes. Let's wait for Doc to re-enter the room, and we'll continue with the conversation. Shegun, the thing we're talking about just now is very crucial, because you don't get money. You dey find money to eat, but there are people out there. That's why you find people telling their stories from before to after.
Exactly.
If, for instance, you go and check, if you check Sabinos, for instance, before and after, they're not the same.
But those people, don't be surprised that they have investors.
You not get them. Yeah. Before and after, not be the same. If you go and check the previous films, skits that Sabinos did, you can't compare with now, can you?
Definitely.
You start from somewhere.
Yeah, everything big starts little from somewhere, actually. But the fact remains that when you start little like that, how long do you want to continue doing that before you get to the limelight?
I think when you start little like that, somebody will see what you're doing from within your own cycle or circle.
That's where the quality comes into.
No, wait. You go hungry. Oh. Hey, God. Doc, you're back. Hello?
Hello, I'm here.
All right, good. Shegun and myself, Shegun not secretly believe me. He's saying that it's the quality. People will see it. How long will it take you before you get to the limelight? These people have investors and so on. Content generation. Is there no way one can start it and make something out of it without looking for big things and investment? As somebody who helps people to grow, what can be done with people like Shegun like this who not green my own?
the reason it's not like
You say you are masking a bit, doc. Have you gone to business school?
Okay. I could say one or two things. See, mistakes many people make is when they think about going into businesses, the first thing that comes to their head is money. Saying this, money is not the first thing that should come to your head when you are thinking about business. The first thing that you should think about is you need to look inward and have discovered this idea. What can I do? For instance, I started my consulting firm 2006. I had no money, I had no capital. The first thing I did was I looked inward and I discovered that this area I have skills. I have what I could deliver. I have the service I could give to business owners in order to help them manage their businesses better. And believe you me, I started out, and in less than a month, I got my first clients. And the man was running a fast food services. So he wanted to expand his business outlet and all that. So he needed me to draw up a business plan for him with targets, something everywhere in Nigeria, then Project Claim. And I was the one that developed the business plan for the man. So the first job I got fetched me 80,000 naira. That was 2006. I had no money. So with 80,000 naira, I started out. I rented an office space. So when you have a business idea and the first thing that comes to your head is money, then you are not ready to start yet. You just have to think of what can I do? What do I have in my hand? What can I start with? So that is very basic. If you want to go into content creation, for instance, or digital marketing, you can as well start with the phone you have with you. Before you know it, when you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clients, I know some guys out there that is what they do basically. I could remember a year or 2 years back, I employed a guy for one of my clients to be managing his digital marketing business. This guy, because of his professionalism and expertise, he pulled out from the job I got for him and he started doing this thing on his own. As I talk to you now, he has more than 10 different clients that is managing their business, social media pages, and he charges not less than 70K for each client. So you can multiply that 70 times 10. That's 700,000 naira. How much was my client paying him? He was paying more than 20,000 naira. So it all depends on how well you can look inward and discover yourself. What can I do? What can I do to make myself better? Go out there looking out for who that will give you money, or how you are going to, you don't allow that to demoralize you or discourage you from doing what you need to do at a time. So you look inward first and see what you can do.
Segun had a fear. Segun, you can share that fear you had about duration, how long it will take. He can hear you. Go ahead.
Actually, I'm not going to antagonize whatsoever he has said. He has spoken well. But when it comes to content creation, this is what I have tried sometimes. You see, it's like a good DJ playing with a bad speaker. It's more like you're not playing good songs for them. And meanwhile, you're a very, very good DJ. You have a good content. But if a good DJ is playing with a good speaker, even if a bad DJ is playing with a good speaker, people don't mind because of the quality of the sound. And as a matter of fact, even if you're doing business, for instance, a food business, so sometimes even if you don't have a very great taste, the way you display your set would attract people. That's all I'm saying. So whether I have solid content or semi-solid content, I must still have something quality to. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
I don't know if Doc can hear us because it's like a trip.
Yes, I can.
Okay,
I can.
You heard what he said, right?
Yes, I heard what. Yes, I quite agree with him. But even when we talk about all these Android phones, they come in various degrees and types and series and what have you. If you want to do, you are not going with the least one in the category. You may not have money for a particular brand, but you can go for other ones that at least that can serve you.
That's with the camera, good camera and all that. Yeah.
You can have a phone that can serve you as a goal. Fine, you can now get a better one.
Okay, so having said that, that means somehow I've just zeroed down on content creation as something you could do without actually having huge capital or capital at all, working with what you have in your hand, your phone, for instance. So let's stay with a content creator, a baby content creator, for instance. If one is standing in front of you right now, what would be the process you would like them to put themselves through to make this a viable business, even if it would take months or a year or so to get there?
Is that question for me or for
Oh
Shegun?
yes. Shegun no go business school now.
I'm learning. I'm on the program to learn, actually.
It's for you.
And actually, I want to ask as well, if at the end of the day you get a good content, you still have to promote your content.
Okay, you know what? Let's go step by step. Let him answer the one I asked first, then we'll come to your own. It was for you that if a content creator, a baby content creator, is standing right in front of you right now, what would be your number one advice, one or two advice you give to them to hit the ground running with right now?
Yeah, it's as two folds. Your ability to develop around your contents has to do with the design. So whatever that is in your, to put it down, pick to.
The line is
So
is a
if
bit.
you are going to the,
Okay, say that again because it disappeared for a while.
I said, if you are going content creator, it has two sides to it. Number one, perform. You must be able to have conceptualize a strategy in his head. Then the other part is you must be able to put that strategy on paper.
Okay,
Put that strategy in form that is readable, that is understandable by the people. So if you are going into you must be able to, you must be a great thinker, somebody who can visualize things from another perspective. Then you must have the skills to be able to design what you are conceptualizing in your head. You must be able to put it down, give it a pictorial, picture that can be readable by people. Then somebody will now see this content and say, wow, this is a great concept.
So it's not just a case of sorry, it's a bit dodgy now, and I'm sure we'll see focus on this some other time. So it's not just a case of, oh, Sabinus is doing it, I will do it too. Doc has said here that you must be sure you have great content, be able to visualize it, capture it, and put it down. So even when you present it to somebody, they'll be like, oh, this is a good one. And it's easier for somebody to see your vision, buy into your vision, and run with you and your vision. I got that summary right?
Yes, you are.
All right, Doc, we have to wrap it up for today. Next week, we're going to have a clear flow for this thing. Today, content creation made it to the table, to the front burner. Let's see where it will take us to next week, because Doctor will be here to continue from this point and to take us to the heights where we truly belong business-wise. Dr. Babatunde Olariwaju is a business growth consultant and is here to help make your business life, a lot easier, courtesy VOP 90.3 FM. Thank you very much, Doc. Hello?
Hello, I'm here.
No, I'm saying thank you very much for your time today.
And I responded, I said, thank you for having me again.
The network stole your response, but finally I have it now. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful weekend. All right, take care. Bye-bye. You're listening to 90.3 FM. That's where you're at. And we've been looking at business around town. And today we spoke with somebody who would help us. Oh yes, somebody just sent a message that I promised to read out your messages. I did, oh, where were you? I've taken all your messages. I took them before I started the interview. I usually keep my promises. Unlike some people, I keep my promises. So, Shegun, Alaji, you people learn Abi, Abiodu, and I learn Abi. Shego is waiting for the new phone that Elon Musk will make so he can start creating content.
The truth of the matter is, you see.
So all what we've been saying are lie. No, what do you mean by the truth of the matter?
It's not a lie.
Okay, so what's the lie of the matter?
It's not like a lie or a truth. There's a fact about these things. You see, there are functions on phones, different phones with different functions, and it depends on the angle you're coming from. For content creation, you see, after creating your content, you edit, you grade for picture quality before it comes out, then people will consume your product.
Shego, you just follow this thing one way. People are on TikTok. They just put the camera and they are doing God knows what, and they are just growing. That TikTok, I don't understand it. I'll put things, I get only 2 views. I say I know they do again. But there are people there. You'll be like, what the environment is ugly, everything. But they are doing something, and they are getting whatever they are getting. I don't understand, Oshego.
Those you know what what I feel like.
Hey, it's Mike.
What I feel like Oga Shegun is talking is
you add Oga to a name.
Yeah, make okay, Oga give him.
Oga Shegun.
Now Oga be. What I feel like he's saying is that content creation has different gradings.
No, we are talking about the person
he's looking for
who
perfection.
does not have money and something to start doing, and you want to do. That's the person we are talking to. Not
okay. The person who does not have money but wants to
has
start
a phone that could start something.
I don't feel like content creation should be something that should be started up as a business. The original idea of content creation is not primarily to make money at the initial stance. So therefore, if you are doing content creation, you should always bear in mind that this thing is not going to be paying me for. Someone told me that if you want to start content creation, you should be looking at 1 to 2 years of non-financial, like nothing. You are not going to get anything. But you are growing it. But you are growing it.
Yeah, because I told him that if you go and check Sabine News, for instance, the clips he started with then, the people he started with then, you can't compare with now. Yes. And if you wait till you have the best phone before you start, that initial 1 year, 2 year is running away.
Yes, you're actually correct. You know, these things I have different angles to them. If you
want you to learn.
If you look at Sabinus when he started, people think that Sabinus just started content creation just maybe like 2 or 3 years back. He started way. But you also bear in mind that the competition out there is mad. It's now a lot of people are doing this thing, so there should be some level of standard that, if I'm looking at what he's saying, that should be attached to what you are doing. If you feel that you don't have a phone, you will most likely have a friend who has a phone that you can borrow and use to do. You can't tell me that you don't have 1, 2, 3 people who have a good device that you can use to do what you are doing.
Exactly, you're right. You know, together. It's a conglomeration of maybe poor friends.
This same thing you just said was what brother Shaggy. He used to be my friend way back before he became.
Now.
And I remember countless number of times that we've done a lot of things together, whether with me or with other persons.
Okay, wait first. Now that there is money, how far? We can't know you that no Shaggy and we are like this, no pizza in front of us.
Life is stages.
Okay, they
once
say
you get to another stage,
20 friends cannot play together for 20 years.
Well, I still have him as a friend. When I want to go into that business again, I'll still contact him, and I have to still give him money. No, now he's branded. He's big, so he can't do things for free. See, this is the way you dress is the way they will address
you. Yes,
I can bet you, even if you're watching on DSTV or on your screen, if you see a content that does not have clarity, you will tune to
the next thing automatically.
The same thing on the radio. That's why we'll talk about audio quality. If you tune to a radio station and you don't have quality audio, you tune to the next.
Well, Honorable Shegun, you can't get all these things at a go.
No,
I know. I said something. I said everything big starts little.
So let's start that little. Forget about clear picture. Have good content first. See, people will consider your content.
I've seen people online. Somebody will say,
I am not antagonizing.
They say they should hear them today. You antagonize. I will antagonize.
Okay, I am not disputing it.
See, I've seen a content. The thing be nice, but the camera quality not good. Yes. Somebody wrote in the comment section and said, make we try buy food for this person. They try you. Do you understand? No, not long after, somehow the person started improving. Shegun, what we are saying is, the more you wait for the best camera and all that 1-2 year of waiting.
No be one day they build Rome.
The room when they try to build one day for is it area market, Abiwe Bida Ochanja. She be rainfall, he carry the road go.
Clear them.
I bet me I live on a chef, mo dey go. Let
we'll
us
continue
go
this conversation after
another time. I'm Cordelia Albert. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week. Till then, Shegun, thank you very much. I leave you with the guys who'll be taking you on business. No, your own area matter. Yes.
Business don't enter.
Bye bye.